no, like kanang nagpalupad ka og tabanog, uh, ni touch sa duha ka linya. What else? Probably kapoy mga causes like kaning mga sa vegetation nato like natumbahan og kahoy. So dili na po na siya human intervention. Let's say naay ka ng extreme weather condition like bagyo. Kana pwede na siya nga sandigan sa kahoy and then naputol ang wire, no, like inana sa pagyod na mga human intervention, vegetation, extreme weather conditions, pwede pod mga animals nga intrusion or kanang nagkuano nang invade like snakes or monkey. So particular na siya sa mga distribution system. Sa pagyod, I think in most case mo na yung mga common, no, nga mga causes sa short circuit. And in that case, kung sa physical niya nga fault na siya kato nga ma-fall siya ato nga mga fault, with as electrical engineer we do need to understand what will happen to our system once a failure or a short circuit occur in any of our systems. So we have to conduct a short circuit analysis. Okay? So there are a lot of applications in the short circuit analysis or what we call a fault analysis. So once we know or determine the fault current, the fault voltage, the fault impedance, the fault MVA, we have a lot of applications. Number one, we can determine the required mechanical strength of electrical equipment to withstand the stress brought about the flow of high short circuit currents. Now, when we do have a short circuit event, ang pinaka mo spike ana is ang current. Kaya ang voltage nimo ni mo drop man na siya to lowest level niya, could be a zero. So in the concept of the power, electrical power, power is equal to voltage times current. Kung mo ang voltage approaches to zero, ang imong current mo spike. So mo nang gitawag na to nga inrush current, no? So what we call also that we call it also as the short circuit current. So once we determine the short circuit current along with your certain portions ato ang power system, then we can determine the required mechanical strength or the specifications ato ang mechanical electrical equipments such as let's say sa ato ang insulators or sa ato ang CTs and PTs, also the circuit breakers nga ma-withstand nila ang maximum current, or else kung every time nga naay fault along that certain portion sa atong power system and then ang atuang specifications sa atong electrical components, probably once nga naay fault mo mga buto gid ato ang kuano atong equipment. So mo na siya isa sa application sa atong short circuit analysis. Number 2 is the selection of circuit breakers. By the way, if you have correction or you want to add something on our discussion, you may raise your hands and use the reaction button in our Google Meet. Okay? So number 2 application of default analysis is the selection of circuit breakers or the specifications at ang circuit breakers or the switch ratings. So once we know how much is the MVA fault nga actually ang kanang MVA fault manggod usually mo occur na siya in transient period of time sa ato ang power system, but if you allow it to flow in your power system, basically transient is naman gid na siya. Ang imuhang mga equipment dili siya ka withstand ana nga certain inrush current or inrush power, then probably it would explode, no? And then ang circuit breaker pod mo pud na ilang mga bases or ang ilang mga potential cutting level, or we have the CAEC level niya, no, and switch ratings pud nato. So mo na yung basis nato. So ang kining mga fault, mga extreme scenarios na manggod din nato. And number 3 is the same thing with the number 2. It's we can now select our protective relays. So ang relays, again, it's very different to the circuit breakers. And circuit breakers, they are the one in charge, or mura siya kanang prime mover when there is a fault fault nga na sense by our protective relays. Si circuit breakers ang mo cut off sa ato ang circuit, same as the switch. And relays is just sensing, or the brain of the protection nimo nga taas kayo ang imong level sa current, or there is a fault event occurs. And also the fuse ratings, no, kining mga cut out fuse, basically na makita nato na sa every distribution transformer sa tuang linya. Every time nga na ay lateral connection sa tuang three phase, nagi na siya fuse. The same thing sa tuang mga transmission system, napod na yung mga cut out fuse sa ilahang mga large consumers connected directly sa transmission system. So how do we determine the rating of that fuse? It will be based on the fault level or fault calculations sa tuang short circuit analysis. Okay? So number 4, we can also, with the use of the short circuit analysis, we can now able to set and coordinate the protective devices. So unsa ning setting and coordination? So I think you have been already know how does the protection zoning of protection is determined, no? So nagi na siya redundancy, every vital component sa tong power system nagi na siya redundant protection system. And then ang katong redundant nga protection system, dili na siya necessarily nga same ang ilang reaction every time nga na fault. So probably na coordination na siya. So when you say coordination, always in most cases, as much as possible, we need to isolate the fault in the lowest level sa tuang power system. For example, na siya sa feeder, and then ang imong feeder, along sa feeder na siya yung mga sectionalizer. So kanang mga sectionalizer, once nga na makasense na sila og kanang fault along sa ilahang downstream, dapat ma-cut off na niya. Or else, kung di niya ma-sense, siguro gamay lower level lang ang fault, but kay dako kayang impedance sa fault, but then nag-sustain man siya. So probably in the upstream na po, diri sa ato ang feeder, napod ning mga circuit breaker na to, mo naman siyang i-coordinate na to sa sectionalize, sa fuse, sa sectionalizer, sa circuit breaker, and then sa tuang transformer. As much as possible, we need to define that the short circuit reaction should be in minimal rang niyang atong ma-isolate nga circuit, no? So we can do that by plotting the TCC curve. So I think na-discuss na ni Engineer Buzz last time. What do you mean by TCC curve? It's a time current coordination. So katong mga curve, when a current occur at a certain particular period of time, dapat ang imuhang mga first line of defense or katong downstream ng mga protection devices ang mo react first. Or else, kung lower na kaya ang imuhang current level pero dapat madakop na siya sa imuhang upstream na pod nimo nga mga nga protection device. So ina na ang sa coordination, no, sa protection devices. So I think it was clearly discussed by Engineer Buzz last sa tuang lecture, sa yang lecture. And number 5, the selection of surge arresters and insulation rating of electrical equipment. When you say insulation ratings, kana bitong iyang katong gi-discuss, I think nasa power system today, nag-discuss mo nang sa insulation niya. Kining mga switch gears na to, nagyan po na siya yung mga insulation ratings. let's say kaning sa tong mga sa tong circuit, we could also lower the short circuit current. So kana nga portion application sa to ang power system. Number 9, determine the short circuit capability of series capacitors used for series compensation in the long transmission lines. So ini similar ni siya sa number 9, sa number 8, because of the compensators. Supposedly compensator is used to support voltage quality, no, and then the same time pong ma-improve ang short circuit capability. Number 10 is the determination of the grounding transformers, resistances, and reactors. So with the use of the short circuit analysis, you have this information. We can specify the size of the grounding transformers sa tuang linya. Okay, so muna yung mga applications sa tuang short circuit analysis. Now let's go to the per unit calculations. Actually, we have discussed this one in the load flow. This is another fundamental analysis that we require for us to solve the short circuit problem. So similar gyapon ni siya sa load flow, no? Kung naa kay voltage base o KVA base, dapat na pug kay impedance current base. So ma-derive ra na siya with the use of this formula. Tapos yung per unit values nimo, per unit values is just a ratio of your actual value versus the base value. In this case, for current, the actual current over the base current. So in most cases, ato ang short circuit analysis, gagamit gid tawag per unit. Again, the reason why we're dealing with mega voltage, ampere, kilovolts. So dagko kay siya nga values. Kung ato na siyang gamiton, usually i-round off na to, mag-amplify ang ato ang error. So to avoid errors ato ang computations, we have to use the per unit values or basically the normalized values, no? So man ang concept gyud sa ato ang per unit quantities. So in per unit quantities pod, we're very particular on the impedances. So usually we have to use the per unit values good. So for components such as transformer, usually given ang iyang mga per unit percent impedance given, and then also yung KVA rating o KV ratings. So ma-consider gid na siya nga ZPU old or the older niya nga per unit quantity. So we have to define each of the components per unit quantities based on the system base KV and kilo KVA. So that's why we have conversion of ZPU old to ZPU new. So I think na illustrate man na sa tuang load flow, no? I hope i-review lang to ninyo. And then in other cases, for particularly sa mga motors, natay gina-follow nga ratings per unit value, no? Na for example sa induction less than 100 horsepower, we have to use 1 kVA per HP 1 value equivalent. For a synchronous motor, we have 0.8 power factor, we have to use 1 kVA per HP. And induction of 100 to 999 HP, it's 0.95. Kini siya nakabase ni siya sa ato ang sa spec man siguro ni nga kuan nga mga values. Okay pa mo? Naminaw pa mo, no? Kindly thumbs up daw kung naminaw pa mo. Sige. Let's continue. So Sa fault analysis, natay upat ka klase. But before we go sa four identities sa ang short circuit analysis, we have to understand nga natay ginatawag nga symmetrical components. When you say symmetrical components, di ba as we all know sa tuang circuits 2, ang three-phase system nato perfectly balanced na siya kung ang atuang magnitude sa phase A, B, C is equal, tapos ang atuang phase angle niya is spaced between 120 degrees each other, no? So mo na siya to ang perfectly balanced system. We call it the positive sequence. Now, there's a concept actually introduced na name ana niya nasa to ang book ni Stevenson. I forgot the name. But gi-introduce niya nga even if you have an unbalanced three-phase system, this can be represented to what we call the symmetrical components. So for example, mo niya to ang mga balance sequence, no? Natay positive sequence. Nganong positive na siya, kung ato na siyang i-rotate in counterclockwise, the sequence will be A, B, C. So A, B, C, no? Kung i-rotate na tong angle kay ang phasor man god, it's a moving complex number or a moving phasor, no? Move na siya. So if you rotate it counterclockwise, the one touches the zero angle. First will be the phase A, second will be the phase B, and the third is phase C. That's it. That's why it's a positive sequence, what we call. Or other term na niya is ABC sequence. The negative sequence, in other hand, the same thing, no? Ato siya i-rotate counterclockwise, the first phase nga mo touch sa 0 degrees will be the phase A, supposedly, or could be a phase C. But let's start with the phase A. The second to touch the 0 degrees is the phase C, and then the later part is phase B. So sometimes that's why the negative sequence is called a ACB sequence. And the zero sequence basically is the components of ABC that is aligned to each other, no? The same ang ilang magnitude, the same po ang ilang phase angles. So kining tulo, positive, negative, and zero sequence, we call it the symmetrical components. So there's a concept introduced to us that the unbalanced phasor, let's say this one, VA. Now by the way, unsaon ilanan nga phase positive, negative sequence siya. So sa atuang notation, VA, then kung naay 1 gani, that means this is VA for the positive sequence. VA dayon na 2, that means 2 determines the negative sequence. Then kung 0 for zero sequence. Okay? Now when we say have a VA, so VA mo ni siya gid ang physical voltage sa tuang phase A. So kana si phase A day nato actually na siya 3 components. Positive component, negative component, and zero sequence component. Nasabtan ninyo? So, inana ang sa symmetrical components. So, even if ang imuhang unbalance, bisag unbalance sa imong phase A, B, C, like this, kining broken angle, broken lines, kining unbalanced phase A, B, C will have a components of positive, negative, zero sequence. Now, if you ask, what if ang VA, VB, VC is perfectly balancer? Unsay components na lang niya? Ang components niya only exist is the positive sequence. Wala siya negative sequence, wala po siya zero sequence kung perfectly balanced siya. So, positive sequence ra ang naa. Okay? Zero ang zero o ang negative sequence. So, in mathematical nato na siya, I forgot lagi the name sa nag-introduce nga concept, but naani siya sa Stevenson's. Nabili na akong libro. So, dayon, to see it to the in mathematics in broken line na siya component nga BA0, BA1, BA2, di ba? Now si VB supposedly na siya si VB1, BB2, BB0, di ba? BA ang problema lang kining si VB1, VB2, VB0, ma-relate na to na siya into VA1, VA2, and VE0. Diba? Si VC, kung si BBO, equal na siya diretso kang BE0. Si BB2, unsa yung relationship ni BE2? That is times A component lang. Si BB1 times A squared. Now, what we have a multiplier, what we call the A, no? A. Si A manggod, mo ni siya to ang giset nga one angle of 120 degrees. So kung ang concept, kung ang phase or value i-multiply mo sa with other phase or value, ang basic operation na is ang magnitude gi-multiply nimo, then the angles will be add up. So that is what happened here. So kung ang si BA1 multiplyan na nimo og A squared, which is one angle of 240 degrees, it will eventually go you to VB1. Nasabtan? So wala mong kuan, but VB1 basically is equivalent to A squared VA1, and VC1 is equivalent to A VA1. Is it understandable, no? And the same time, VB2 is basically equal to A VA2, and your VC2 is equivalent to A square of your VA2. That's why sa to ang mathematical formula dre, morag siya 4BA ato ang gibutang dra. That is because nga ma-relate na to dayon si symmetrical components. This is what we call the symmetrical components to the unbalanced phasors. Mo ni si unbalanced phasor. Mo ni si symmetrical components. So ako balikon ha. Si BA na siya ay BA1, BA2, BA0. So this is what we have this first equation. Si VB supposedly na siya ay VB1, VB2, VB0. Pero kining mga VB ato ni siya i-relate kang VA1, for example. Kang VA1 may mo ni siya A squared VA1. Si VB2 A times BA1, BA2, but the VB0 is just equal to VA0. That's why we have here. The same time with your VC. Supposedly si VC VC0, which is equal to VA0 lang, VC1, which is this one, is just equivalent to A times BA1. So, muna siyang AVA1. And another one, si VC2, supposedly is this one, equivalent na siya to A square of VA2. So, muna siyang nadre. Okay? I hope nasabtan ni siya. So, again, this is symmetrical components versus the unbalanced phasors. Now, vice versa, kung ato na siyang isolve si symmetrical components versus the unbalanced phasor, this is the formula. So, giyon sa man siya pag-solve. So, we can do that by elimination here. And we can set this these three equations. But another option is you do it by matrix. So, by matrix, tanahan na to na siya. So, kining first na tong equation na to tanawan niya. VA, VB, VC. Mo ni siya si unbalanced phasor. Ang mga multiplier, which is katong mga numerical coefficients dire in matrix form, mo ni siya 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, A square, A square. Then natay symmetrical components. So conversely, kung atong gusto i-solve si symmetrical components, ato lang ni siya i-transpose dito sa PCAS. So pag transpose na niya, mo shift lang tong A square nimo na nadring A square, then naka-divide 1/3. Nasabtan? Any questions so far? Excuse me. Any violent reaction? Wait lang ha. Okay, nasabtan ra no? Yun sa siya pagkuha. So let us proceed. So in the matrix form, we can easily uh, understand the information of that any unbalanced phasors can be broken down into its symmetrical components like this. So nata equivalent niya nga, by the way, ang first column will set your zero sequence, positive sequence, and negative sequence. That's why the arrangement is BE0, BE1, BE2. At the same time, based on your unbalanced phasors, we can easily get your symmetrical components by this formula. 1/3 of this one. So, unsay difference? Ang A square na dire, aning alignment sa tuwang symmetrical components to unbalanced. But kung unbalanced to symmetrical components, your A square is dire. The same time natay 1/3. Okay? I hope this is clear. Now let's go now to the short circuit calculations. In the fault point or where the short circuit occurs, it is the point where the unbalanced connection is attached to an otherwise balanced system, no? Mao na siyang definition sa tuang fault point. Now in the definition pod sa tuang in order to progress sa tuang fault analysis, we need to understand the sequence networks. Now the sequence networks is the same concept with symmetrical components. We have the positive, negative, and zero sequence. Now we have it in a form of a network. So if you recall sa tuang power flow, di ba, gikan sa single line diagram, i-draw out na to ang ihang impedance diagram or admittance diagram. Then we conduct admittance bus or matrix, and then we conduct the load flow. So short circuit analysis, to properly understand the concept of the sequence component or symmetrical components, the single line diagram will now be converted to an impedance diagram, and based on what type of fault that you have, you will now have to consider the sequence network. We'll have the Thevenin's equivalent voltage, which is the EA. So for example, nakaidako kayo nga power system. Kung saan ako napagkuha ang EAA, AA1. That is actually the Thevenin's equivalent kung unsa kadako sa imong system, pila ray voltage day at that level kung atong i-measure ron siya or i-open circuit voltage niya. Actually, mo ni siya the concept sa atong Thevenin's voltage, Thevenin's equivalent circuits. The Thevenin's voltage simply the open circuit voltage sa ato ang kini nga connection. Similarly, ato ang impedance is the reflected impedance as seen by this point, no? So whatever complex is your system, there will be EA1 and Z1 in your in your components, no? So in that case, for the positive sequence network, your VA1 will have the EA1 minus IA1 Z1. So sa positive sequence gini siya mo reflect si EA1 or the Thevenin's voltage. Now in your negative sequence network, this is similar with your positive sequence except nga wala na siya katong voltage, short circuit voltage. No, open circuit voltage. But na siya Z2. Kini si Z2 amnigikan. That is basically the same as your Z1, the reflected impedance at this point of connection or point of fault point. If you remember sa inyong electronics or sa inyong circuit theory, na ay concept ito no, how do you compute the reflected impedance at this point? So dapat kabalo mo ani ha. So basically parehara na sa magkuha kag ZTH and VTH for the positive sequence, ZTH for the negative sequence. Now if you compute the relationship of your VA2 with your negative sequence network, it will be a negative IA2 Z2. Nganong negative man? Kay plus minus nisulod ang imuhang current sa negative portion sa polarity sa imong VA2, then therefore it is a negative. Okay? Similarly with this one, no? KVL lang kana. So applicable gyapon tong circuit notations, no? And then you have also the zero sequence network. The zero sequence similar with the negative sequence network, except nga ang imuhang impedance diri nga gamiton is the zero sequence impedance as seen at the fault point. Okay? So the same thing, VA2 VA0 is equivalent to negative IA0 Z0. So mana to ang tulo ka sequence networks. Kini manggod masabtan nato ni siya kung mag-illustrate na ta sa ato ang fault type. So for example, nanata karon sa power system short circuit calculations. So this is for the synchronous machine. When you have a synchronous machine, you will have your Z1 as equivalent to its JX double prime D. So what do you mean by X double prime D? Diba, if you remember natay transient o steady state. Sa nameplate pod sa itong mga synchronous machines, na siya gitawag nga transient impedance o subtransient impedance. During X double prime, dira na siya mahulog siya sa subtransient. Kay subtransient siya pinaka shorter period niya nga impedance equivalent. So mo na tong gi-consider nga Z1 based sa iyang nameplate, the subtransient impedance. Particularly the D or the direct access subtransient reactance. Similarly with your negative sequence network, your Z2 is na siya components of direct access subtransient reactance and quadrature access subtransient reactance. But in most cases, wala na ning XQ. So that's why In most cases po, Z1 is basically equivalent to Z2. Kaya average raman nimo ni siya ang si Z2 kung naning direct access o quadrature access equivalent sa imong sa nameplate rating sa imong machine, then you have to divide it by 2. How about the zero sequence network? Sa zero sequence network, or there are two cases. Kung solidly grounded neutral, meaning naka connected or naka-bolted ang imuhang neutral and ground, then your X0 will be, or Z0 is typically equivalent to your X0 lang, or the zero sequence reactance. But if you have an impedance grounded neutral, so naay grounded impedance equivalent sa imong neutral to ground connection, then you have to consider 3 times ZG. This is because we are considering 3-phase. So natay time multiplier na 3. Then if you have an ungrounded, meaning wala naka-common, naka-bolt ang imong neutral to ground, or undergrounded Y or delta connection, your Z0 will be just equivalent to X0. And then you have, for the transformer po, just this is a quick review for these are for the machines. And for the transformer, this is the standard symbol. Basically, inani yung equivalent positive sequence network. It's a typical impedance lang equivalent. Now, if you have a 3-winding transformer, so inana po lang yung equivalent, no? So, how does it go? We have, for example, for impedance P to S, you just have to add up ZP plus ZS. From P to T, ZP plus ZT. ZS to T, kung unsa nga case day ang 3-winding transformer. Namang yung mga transmission transformer nga 3-winding ang yang case. For example, ang yang input nga P na siya, let's say 69 kilovolts. Ang yang output duha ka buok 138 kilovolts ang tertiary, ang secondary nasa 230 kilovolts. So nahinana nga mga transformer, no? At tagduha yang output. So you have to consider that one also, no, in your system analysis. The same time, you can also compute your ZP, ZS, ZT in reverse with this one. This is the computation. Okay? Now, for transformers, basically, ang ato ang negative sequence network for 2-winding and 3-winding transformer is the same as your positive sequence network. Parehas ra, positive sequence. Kung transformer ka, no? Pero kung ang transformer sa zero sequence network, you have to consider the connection configuration niya. For example, kung grounded Y ka, usually it's either switch 1 is open or close, switch 3 is 0, meaning close, open. Pwede po kung diri ang Y grounded, close, open. So naman tayo tulo ka klase nga connection, no? Na grounded Y, na ungrounded Y. Then na din tayo delta. So kung grounded Y, open, close ni siya, open ni dire. Pero kung delta, open ni siya, close dire. Naka-ground ang imong terminal. Pero kung ungrounded Y, open ni siya, hanging lang ni. So how do we apply this one? So if you take a look at here, di ba kung transformer ka na kay primary and secondary. So possible nga si primary lay og configuration kang secondary. So in this case kung nakay grounded Y. So unsa toy ruling niya? So tanaw na based ani nga connection, kung grounded Y, close dire, open dire. Grounded Y mga pa niya secondary, close dire, open dire. Okay? Nasabtan? Now if it is ungrounded Y, so based on the ungrounded Y, all of the switch is open. So what happened here is This is grounded Y, close, open. Okay? Grounded Y dayon delta. Pag delta ka, open dire, close dire. Naka-ground siya. Ang grounded Y, again, you have a continuous connection dire, pero wala siya connection sa ground. If delta-delta, so mura siya og kanang naka-confine lang siya. Walay connection. Diretso siya sa ground. So in summary, kung nakay ungrounded delta delta to delta, nani mong connection. Supposedly it's grounded, but we don't need to show it na kay wala gyapon na siya effect. Naka-isolate siya. Delta to ungrounded Y, dapat direct kini naka open kuha ni siya, naka-direct ni siya direct. I know, nanigid na siya. Now, if you have a ungrounded and ungrounded Y, it's again isolated ang imong transformer. Pero kung delta to grounded Y, you have to connect your delta side at the reference, then continue siya sa Q. Kung grounded to grounded, it's just a typical impedance. Again, this is for zero sequence network lang applicable. Then this is for the three winding. Okay, let's move on na then. Now, in transmission lines, a typical Z1 is just your equivalent line impedance based on our midterm computations. No? Itong calculation na to sa impedance. And negative sequence is the same as your positive sequence for transmission lines. And your zero sequence for transmission line is the same that of the positive and negative sequence. Parehas na po sa positive and negative sequence. Now, for the short circuit calculations, there is four types of shunt faults. When you say a shunt faults, that is a parallel fault, no? Shunt, from the word shunt. Parehas na sa inyo ang types of motor na kay shunt generator, no? We have the single line to ground fault, double line to ground, line to line fault, o ang three-phase fault. Aside from the shunt faults, we have also what we call the series fault. Unsay sample ng series fault. Let's say gikawat ang linya ni line A na kay one line fault na, no? Bali mo ang connection, nawala ang imong kuan, basically wala siya ni ground, wala siya na kuan. Na totally wala gid ang iyang connection. So open fault ang tawagan na. Pwede po duha ka linya. So sa three phase, ang duha ka linya na putol. Gikawat baka. So open fault gyapon tawagan na. There also a combination of shunt and series fault. Pwede siya isa ka single line to ground o one line open. Pwede siya double line to ground and one line open. Pwede siya line to line and one line open. Dayon na kay three phase fault at the same time na kay one line open. So pag deal anang nga mga different types of fault, laylay po ng yung analysis. But for the purpose of this class, we need just to discuss the shunt faults, no? Kani common man gini siya ang ato mga shunt faults. I think among these types of faults, pat based sa katong electric cooperative namo nga data, ang power interruption caused by fault is 70% caused by three phase, around 12% sa single line to ground ba to? Single line to ground, and then yeah, lower probability na dayon sa line to line o double line to ground. But most of the time sa shunt fault, pinakadako og share is ang three-phase fault. Pinaka-common yun sa three-phase fault. Second in line is the single line to ground. I think this is 20 above percent occurrence. No? Now let's go to the shunt faults. Shunt faults tong upat man to kabok shunt faults. The fourth one, we have the balance fault or we call it the three-phase fault. Unsay cases aning three-phase fault? Imong tulo ka linya natumbahan og kahoy, it's either that na directly to connected siya sa ground or ang kahoy mismo na himo siyang direct connection with the three-phase to the ground. For example, here, nakay phase A, B, C, na impedance nga na-develop. Ang tagakan siya kahoy and then ang yung root sa kahoy wala na tanggal, no? So, na-impedance ZF. So, in the boundary conditions, if your IB, IC, and IA, it must be equivalent to 0. Kini yung mga fault, no? At the same time, based on the KVL scenario, your VA, which is this one, is equivalent to your IAZF plus the VF. Diba? Or basically, your VF is equivalent to VA minus IAZF. Similarly with your VB minus IBZF o VC minus ano na to na siya magamit. So based on nga formula, I think makita na to na siya sa dire. Ma-relate mo na siya, ato na siya i-convert into symmetrical components. So again, if you remember the symmetrical components, dili lang ni siya applicable sa ato ang voltage but it's also applicable to your current. For example, dire, no? Kini. So mo na ito ang unbalanced fault o unbalanced phasor. Ato pangitaan siya og symmetrical components. So kini nga example sa to ang three-phase fault. To tanawon, balikan na to. Si IA plus IB plus IC equal to 0. So meaning to say, kung 0 siya, 1/3 hindi siya applicable diri sa VA to. VA we have a independent sequence networks ang resulting sequence networks ano niya. For example, dire si positive, si negative og si zero sequence separate siya. Kay 0 man ang atuang IA1, IA2 ug ang IE0 based on the IA, IB, IC equal to 0. Okay, dito ni siya makita sa kuan. Voltage. Kining boundary conditions mga god mo ni siya mo determine sa atong connection sa atong sequence network. But for now, let's for the three-phase fault, this is the case. Separate ang atuang positive ug ang negative ug ang zero sequence. So what will happen now karon sa atuang fault? So sa atuang IA1, there will be a current developed in this positive sequence network. But for negative sequence, since wala siya voltage source dire, definitely imong IA2 is just 0. Same with the IA0. Wala man siya voltage supply. So basically, kining si negative ug zero sequence sa three-phase fault voltage divided by the Z1, the Thevenin's voltage sa tuang fault point plus the fault impedance kung naay fault impedance. In some cases sa book, we call it the bolted fault and unbolted fault. Kung bolted fault, sa totoong directly siya na-connect sa ground nga fault. Kung unbolted, pwede nga na ZF nga component. So now, if this is your IA1, we can compute now our I fault as a combination of your IA0 plus IA1 plus IA0, IA2. But since IA0 and IA2 is 0, your I fault is directly related only to IA1 or the positive sequence A1. So therefore, ang atuang fault for the three-phase fault current is EA1 divided by Z1 plus ZF. But if it is bolted fault, you get the I fault as EA1 divided by Z1. So, ano yung formula sa three-phase fault? Okay? Next. Sa unbalanced fault pod, katong first three, which is single line to ground, double line to ground, o line to line, they are classified as the unbalanced fault. Anong unbalanced fault man? Dili man gud sila tulo ka linya ang nagdungan og dili sa parehas og condition. For example, kini morning sa single line to ground. Among the three lines, isa lang ka linya ang nasandigan sa kahoy. So the boundary conditions here is that imo ang IB ug IC are all equal and it all must be also equal to 0. 0 sila. Dahil ang imo ang VA only, the VB is just the same and VC, but the VA will be computed as IA divided by IA times ZF equals to 0. I think this one magamit din naton in katong unbalanced phasors into symmetrical components. So kung ato'y compute ang symmetrical components when you have an IB and IC equals to 0, your IA1 will be just equivalent to IA. Yes, sakto. And your base ani nga formula dahil, no? Base sa katong boundary conditions niya, kung let's say this is a currents, no? VIA, IB, and IC. If IB and IC is equal to 0, then your BA0, IA0 is equivalent to IA lang. IA divide 3. Ang IA2 nimo, IA1 is just equivalent to 1 times IA pod. Ang IA2 pod is 1/3 times your IA1. So basically, with that information in mind, meaning si IA1, IA0, and IA2 is equal, then there must be a series connection sa imuhang positive, negative, and zero sequence networks. Ngano ganing series na sila? Kaya dito later pag kuha nimo sa unbalanced phasor, gi-convert nimo to phasor to unbalanced to symmetrical components equal si IA1, IA2, IA0. So therefore kini silang tulo, they are connected all in series. Then natin tayo FZF na fault. So if these are all connected, we can compute your IA0 as IA1 and IA2 equivalent to EA1, which is this one, divided by all of the impedance involved. We have the Z0, Z2, Z1, and 3ZF. Now, if it is bolted fault, meaning directly siya to ground, then ZF will be equivalent to 0 and your IA0, IA1, and IA2 is just this one. But again, these are symmetrical components. So unsa na to pag-compute na karon sa to ang IA. So ato po siyang balihon. Kung nanatay symmetrical components, compute na to si unbalanced phasors, which is to compute the IA, which is now our I fault, is just equivalent to IA0, IA1, IA2 plus siya. Nga naman, tanaw na to, balik na to sa to ang conversion ha. Kung natay, let's say these are currents, IA0, IA1, IA2, your IA is equivalent to 1 times IA0 plus 1 times IA1 plus 1 times IA2. So basically, 3 times of the same values man sila. So mo na siyang inanatong formula. 3 times the IA1 or 3 times IA2 or 3 times IA0. Parehas lang gyapon sila nga values. So therefore, your I fault for a single line to ground is equivalent to 3 times the EA1. Basically, kining EA1 mo na itong gitawag nga pre-fault voltage. Later, atong discuss nga nung unsay value nga unnecessary butang na to dra. Yes, na question? Okay, let's continue. So sa single line to ground, 3 times EA1 divided by Z0 plus 2Z1. This is for the case nga ang ato ang fault is bolted. ZF is equal to 0. What if na ay ZF? What will happen? So natay 3ZF dra, no? And then ang atong Z1 is basically equal to your Z2, so naay mo na siyang 2Z1. In most cases, parehas ra ato ang positive impedance ug ang ato ang negative impedance. Again, this is for the single line to ground. Now what happen if you have a line-to-line fault? LL line-to-line fault. So ang case sa line-to-line fault, let's say ang imuhang line B ni connect kang line C. Unsa na nga case? Let's say for example, ni latay ang bitin sa line B, kay gusto siya mutabok sa line C, anay mo siya og barbecue. Ang type of fault ana is line to line. So sa boundary conditions anang line to line fault, imong IA is 0, IB and IC is directly related, which is they are the same magnitude but opposite in direction. So based on nga boundary condition, we can draw out sa to ang symmetrical components in which makita nato sa symmetrical components nga si positive network o si negative network is connected in series except for the zero sequence. Again, this is for the line-to-line fault. So based on nga boundary conditions, we have IA equals to 0 and IB equals to negative of IC. Makuha nato dayon ang IA0, IA1, and IA2, and we found out that they are series. Si IA1 o IA2 are all equal and IA0 is 0. So in that case, masolve na to si IA1 based on nga sequence network as EA1 divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus ZF based on nga KVL. Now, if this is a bolted fault, meaning your ZF is 0 and your Z1 is equal to your Z2, then your IA1 is EA1 divided by 2Z1. Mano yung formula sa tuwang IA1, but not the fault current. When we talk about fault current, since IF is equivalent to IB, in which this is also equal to the negative of IC, we need to compute the IB based on the symmetrical component converted to unbalanced phase. So in that case, if your I fault is A square minus A times the IA of A1 is just equivalent to the negative J of square root of 3 times IA1. Muna ang formula sa imong fault sa line to line. Ang IA1 again is EA1 divided by 2Z1. Okay? So, I hope kini nga mga formula sa fault currents, mga tong dumduman, no? Muna usually ang manggawa sa board exam. How do you compute the line-to-line fault if you're given with this one, anana? So, kana gyud atong dumduman. Kung ako i-recall, no, na mo ni sa three-phase, pre-fault voltage divided by Z1. Sa single line to ground, 3 times the pre-fault voltage divided by Z0 plus 2Z1. Sa line to line, you have negative J of square root of 3 times the EA1 divided by 2Z1. Now, what about the line to ground? Now, this one is a comparison of the line-to-line fault compared it to the three-phase fault. So, basically, square root of 3 is around 0.707 divided by 2. That is much lower than the three-phase fault. Meaning to say, si line-to-line fault is a multiple of square root of 3 over 2 compared to the three-phase fault. Gamay siya compared sa three-phase fault. Gamay. So, mas dako yun si three-phase fault. Now, let's have a double line to ground. Sa double line to ground, okay, sa double line to ground, ang line A o line B o ang line C, ang tumbahan og kahoy, na-connect siya sa ground. Mo na ang double line to ground. Compared it to line, ang line to line, nag-connect lang siya. Unsay mga cases ani na bitin or di kaya tabanog, nga ni connect lang kang either of the two lines. So, na mga nana, no? Or kung ganahan mo magtuya-tuya dira sa linya sa three-phase, ang isa kamot nimo diri sa line B, isa kamot nimo na sa line C, pwede gyapon line to line fault gyapon na siya. Pero ayun, at testingin ninyo ha. Sa double line to ground, murag natumba gini siya. Or di kaya tumbahan sa kahoy no na ang duha ka linya ang isa kay na save lang ba. So yung boundary conditions ani similar, IA is 0. And IB and IC is not directly related but they are contributing factor sa tuang I fault. So kung ato na siya i-draw out dito sa tuang conversion from the unbalanced phase to symmetrical components, we can see that all the symmetrical components are connected in parallel. So, kung parallel siya, inani siyang itabo niyan. Mo ni si positive sequence, si negative sequence, o si zero sequence. And this is your impedance. So, ato siya diretsoon, your I fault sa ground is equivalent to your 3 times of IA0. In short, if you have a fault, voltage fault, your I fault is computed as 3 times the pre-fault voltage divided by Z1 plus 2Z0. Kini nga formula. Mo ni siyang sa double line to ground. I hope you remember this one. Mo ni siyang sa double line to ground. Mo ni siya ang sa line to line. Mo ni siya ang sa single line to ground. Dayon mo ni siya sa three-phase fault. Okay? Mo na siya. So among these four shunt fault, ang pinakadako og value is ang single line to ground. Compare, compare ha. Sa single line to ground, Money ang fault. 3 times the pre-fault. Then divide sa Z0 plus 2Z1. Compared to the 3-phase, EA pre-fault divide Z1. So if you compare it sa ang values, dako gigayo sa single line to ground. Pero unsa matong gamiton sa ato ang pag-determine sa protective devices? Ang atong ginabasihan is ang 3-phase fault. Nga naman, ang 3-phase fault most of the time is the most common fault occurs in the transmission line and distribution line. Magdungan gina silang tulo og tagak. Seldom ra kayo ang kining single line to ground. Pero more or less nagyapon siya sa mga 20% occurrence na fault. So that's why in the computations, 3-phase fault usually ang atong ginagamit nga value. Okay? Any questions so far? So, dayon, you may wonder dayon if you have in the industries na, if you want to request a fault level sa inyong connect point of common coupling, usually ang ginagamit nila is the fault MBA. So, unsa yan to gamiton sa fault MBA? Let's say, pilay fault level aning sa USTP connection to si Palco. Nana sa records dito, pwede na nila i-provide sa ato ang utility provider, no? Ang ilang ihataga na is the fault MBA, not the fault current. Nga naman, na yung pinakadali nila nga makompute. Pero you can actually derive the fault current based sa katong fault MBA nga gihatag nila. So that is the formula is MBA fault equivalent to I fault times the MBA base. Okay, so makita na nato unsa pag-compute sa I fault. This is equivalent to the MBA fault divided by MBA base. So again, this is based on the 3-phase na fault na computation nila. And then for your pre-fault voltage, usually ginagamit na to is 1.0 per unit. The nominal voltage 1. Okay, so mo nang sa katong mga computations na to dire, ilisdan lang nimo ng AA1 to 1, then mo na ang imuhang fault, no? So for example, na dire sa 3-phase 1 over Z1. For single line to ground, 3 over Z0 plus 2Z1. Sa okay, kanala silang pinaka-common duha, pero kung ati continue sa line to line, ang line to line fault is wala man ni siya anade negative J square root of 3 divided by 2Z1. Mana to ang fault current. And then sa double line to ground, it's equivalent to 3 divided by Z1 plus 2Z0. Okay? I hope this is clear. And then some of the assumptions, that is to simplify the fault calculations. Pre-fault load currents are neglected. So you may wonder why nga nung, for example, during illustration, nga nung IA 0 man, nga supposedly ga-deliver man siya load ani nga linya. So we set it all by 0. So mo na tong assumption good when you conduct your short circuit analysis. Your pre-fault load currents are neglected. So that's why that is the number one assumptions here. Then the pre-fault voltage or katong EA1 are assumed to be equal to 1.0 per unit. And most of cases, resistances are neglected. So that's why your impedances will have a reactance value only. And mutual impedance when not appreciable are not neglected. Then off nominal transformer taps are usually set by 1.0 per unit. And in most cases, positive and negative sequence impedance are all equal. Mana nga mga assumptions. Then you can have your short circuit analysis. Okay, so you need some other than that. There are some outline procedures for conducting the short circuit calculation. So you just have to read this, and then how do you... So, yan na. Mo na siya, part na siya sa inyong final exam. So probably we'll just ask you what is the fault current at when three-phase fault occurs at this fault point. So you just have to determine ang iyahang fault current. So let's say three-phase fault. So ang involved na three-fault voltage and Z1. But if single line to ground, so pila po din yung fault. Okay? So by the way, ang fault usually in large scale, no? Kung mo ka-derive mo sa inyong fault na gagmay nga current value, then you may ask for practicality test. That must be wrong, no? Okay, so any questions so far sa fault? Okay, so again, to correct the common misconception sa ato ang practice, no, sa electrical, usually ang gina-term nila sa cause of fire is electrical fault. Kung imo nang i-relate sa tong discussion, ang ato ang fault ba coincides with the definition nga cause siya sa ato ang mga sunog? Layo ra, no, di ba? So I think as you students, no, na listening today, kasabot naman mo unsa ng fault current and electrical fault. When you say electrical fault, that is a short circuit event. And if that is the term used in the common cause of the fire incident, mali gid na siya, no? Faulty electrical connection siguro. But when you say electrical fault caused the fire, as inyo ang practice, dili siya mag-coincide, no, sa ato ang definition sa fault. Sabdan, kindly give a thumbs up kung naminaw ba mo. Burag ako ra may istorya ni. So any discussion if you have? So by the way, ato ang exam will be scheduled on May 22, 1:45 to 4:45 p.m. at Building 5, 103 and 104. So together with you are the Section B and also the EA 417 class. Magdungan ta dito sa final exam. Please bring your calculator and pen. And yes, okay. The coverage is the load flow, the transmission development plan, and also the short circuit analysis. Kato lang brief lang examples ato. I think we don't have enough time. I think this will be discussed in your next advanced power system courses if you want to pursue. You're interested to pursue a power system advanced, no? More masteral. Okay, other than that, unsa pa, PIT, so far I have not given you a PIT, but during our introduction sa course, I have given you the PIT instructions, no, to give a MATLAB code on the load flow. So I think since wala po kayo na ako na prepare, dito na lang ko maningil sa inyo kung mag power system 2 na mo. So wala sa type PIT for this final term. Ang ko lang gusto sabtan ninyo sa karon nga klase is katong load flow ug ang short circuit for this course na inyo nang magamit puhon, no, sa inyo ang next nga mga courses o sa inyong board exam. Kay usually ang kining topics nga load flow and short circuit, these are for pang top notcher daw na siya nga topics. So hopefully magagamit ninyo na pohon sa inyong board exam. I hope masundan ang top-notchers ato ang department, no? By the way, ang top-notcher sa board exam dagko na siya og cash reward. I'm not sure kung na-receive na tong sa atong top-notcher karon. But na tay board resolution na it's around 300 man tong sa top 1, then 200 top 2, then 150 something na sa top 3 to top 10, no? So hopefully masundan na ninyo, ha. I encourage everyone to study hard and be inspired sa inyong senior na naka-top 3. No? Actually, 20 yes. Okay, so if you have no more questions, kindly open your camera na Dayan for our picture taking. Kinsa may mga candidate for top-notcher na to dire?
Si Jake, sir.
May para ma-train mo ni Kuan sa tong top-notcher. Okay? So everyone is turning on their camera. So good luck sa inyong final exam, ha. 22. So 20 wala ko'y schedule. So katong mga naka-schedule for proposal for May 20, okay ra kayo, bakante ra mo ang schedule. So okay, let's have a picture taking. Smile everyone. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. So this will be also the muna akong basihan sa kuan po sa attendance sa kanang kining na sa print screen. So kining mga pangalan dire kinsa may nagdoble dire. I think isa ka student sa kuano account ano niyo. Wala may nagdoble. Okay, I think that's all for today. So we'll upload the materials on the Google Classroom. Please watch out. Dayon, please study. Okay? I'll give you the one last assignment din ko no sa kuan Newton-Raphson. Before I forgot. Isa ka assignment sa Newton-Raphson and the rest is for final exam na din. So see you on May 22 everyone. And good luck sa inyong final examination. Bye!
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.